Genesis. Show my hardcore is.
What up, freaks, beasts, and athletes? It's DC here with dclayborn.com, home of Genesis Strength and Conditioning. It's kind of middle of the day here today. Our pro groups aren't coming in. They have off on Wednesdays. So I'm up here getting some work done. Had our CrossFit groups in the morning. I always like to run those at least once, twice a week so I can just stay in the mix and make sure that, I'm constantly learning on both sides from athletes and, the CrossFit side to make sure that I stay on top of my game in terms of coaching. But, I was kind of walking around here, getting stuff set up, thinking about, the different types of athletes that we have that come into the facility. And one of the big things that I really started thinking about was, what makes some athletes just great? I know, no matter kind of how they perform in the weight room, some athletes just always seem to have it on the field. And because of that, I wanted to kind of sit and figure out why those athletes are great, really no matter what they do in the weight room or in their off-season training. And the biggest thing that really I really came back to after seeing, some of our freak athletes who just kind of no matter what situation they end up on the field or the court, they succeed in and they're able to overcome and really do well in. But when they get in the weight room, they just kind of, they're nothing. They're not exceptional. They're not, they don't blow everybody out of the water. And it doesn't carry over back and forth. And really the main thing that I realized was these guys, these athletes, the sport they play and the position they play, they have exactly what they need, what is needed to perform in that specific skill. They have that skill. It's just kind of natural in them. They have body control. They have agility. They, are able to, they have the instincts needed to be successful. They're able to read plays on the fly. They're able to see scenarios unfold while, no matter what is kind of happening. And that's kind of stuff that, although it can be, for the most part, can be helped and improved on in the weight room, strength and power, for the most part, doesn't really help these athletes. These are the athletes who, may actually start becoming worse if they get bigger, if they get stronger, if they get bulkier. And, there's quite a few people who are examples of that, even in the pro setting, that guys you've seen come in, they dominated for 2 or 3 seasons or longer. They start getting older. They start focusing more on trying to get bigger, trying to get stronger so they can, have a longer career and kind of stay in there, stay up at performing at their top level. And, and unfortunately when they do that and start focusing on not what got them there, they end up becoming worse. They end up becoming hurt, mostly because their body's not used to performing at that increased level. They're not used to the added stress on their joints because they've been so good for so many years at a set, physique and set ideas that once they start adding stuff to it, they become injured and just they're not able to function as well. So the strength doesn't always help an athlete. Really the big scenario or the big case with that is the more advanced an athlete becomes, the less strength really becomes the thing that they need to focus on and the thing that's really going to help them continue to get better. Our younger athletes, our junior high, high school, and college guys, for the most part, when performed correctly, when done in here, the strength that they do gain does help them become a better athlete. But, with our pro guys, it's really not a matter of getting them stronger or getting them more powerful or getting them even more explosive because they have that. They wouldn't be at the professional level if they weren't already strong, if they weren't already explosive, if they weren't already powerful. And, so that's really not what our focus is the more advanced an athlete becomes. As they become more and more advanced, we kind of shift our mindset as to not getting them stronger, powerful, or explosive. It's getting them, the number one goal then becomes keeping them healthy, keeping them operating at that physique and that, at that body type that they're at, that they've been successful at for so long and used for so long. And so you really, your biggest goal, if you are an advanced athlete or if you are a strength coach, is to not get an advanced athlete stronger, or better in the weight room. Your number one concern with these people that already have what it takes, they have everything, they have all the skills, is to not break them. Your goal is to keep them injury-free. Your goal is to keep them able to play. And a lot of times with our pro guys, they're able to move the world in terms of lifts and stuff, especially our pro football guys. But when they come in, they absolutely hate our workouts because it ends up becoming a ton of mobility work, a ton of body weight work, teaching them how to continue to move their body, focusing on their weaknesses, keeping their joints healthy. And that's the type of stuff that's going to make an advanced athlete better. So if you're just starting training athletes, or if you are an advanced athlete yourself and you're playing college football and, kind of look and see, what it is on the field that makes you so great that got you there. If you are a lineman or if you're something like that where, strength and maintaining it is going to, is what your position calls for, then by all means continue to work it, but don't make that the focus and goal of every workout to get stronger, continue to add weight, continue to get bigger, and instead really focus on trying to create a bulletproof body, a body that is going to last, a body that's not going to get broken, joints that are going to be ready for everything, muscles that are going to be balanced, and mobility that's going to carry over and allow you to continue to be explosive and powerful and strong and use that body control, use that ability to read, plays, see scenarios unfold so you can react, and just really focus on doing that and becoming injury-free and bulletproof instead of just really worried about hammering, strength, power, explosiveness. So if you have advanced athletes, really make sure you keep them healthy. Don't worry about having them crush numbers in the weight room, although that's very cool to see and makes for some awesome videos. Really focus on keeping them healthy, keeping them on the field, and they will come back, every year and continue to always progress and play throughout the longevity of their career at a top level. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button above. Check out the links below. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Now you guys know, and knowing's half the battle.
Genesis. Show my hardcore is, you know what I'm saying? Yo.